In our last episode, we assassinated Rufio and explored the motives behind why he was targeted by the Dark Brotherhood. Today we will be exploring the Cheydinhal Sanctuary of the Dark Brotherhood, meeting our new family members, and taking on our next contract. Welcome to Big Dan Gaming. I make videos on Fallout and Elder Scrolls games. In this series, we are exploring every quest in the Dark Brotherhood storyline in Oblivion. The Dark Brotherhood Sanctuary can be accessed through an abandoned house in Cheydinhal. We need to pick the lock to enter the house, and when we get inside, we can go into the basement through the door in front of us. Going down into the basement, we see that there is a hole in the wall which leads to a tunnel down to a strange-looking black door. When we activate the door, it speaks to us.
What is the color of night?
When we answer Sanguine, my brother, we are taken into the Dark Brotherhood Sanctuary.
Greetings, brother. Greetings. I am Oshiva, mistress of this sanctuary. Lucien has told me all about you. I welcome you to the Dark Brotherhood. You stand now in our sanctuary. May it serve as your new home, a place of comfort and security whenever the need arises. When you're ready for work, go and speak with Vicente Valtieri. He handles all assignments for new family members. But before you go, please accept this gift from your new family. A unique set of armor, lighter than normal leather and black as the void. Now, I've kept you long enough. Vicente is waiting. You'll find him in his quarters. Go now, my child, and may Sithis go with you.
With this, she gives us a set of shrouded armor and the shrouded hood. The armor fortifies our sneak, illusion, marksman, blade, and acrobatics by 8 points each, while the hood improves the same skills by 2 points each. So where's Lucien Lachance?
Lucien isn't here very often. His duties with the Black Hand keep him very busy, so he trusts me to keep the sanctuary in order.
Heard any rumors?
I've heard some talk. This past year, some family members have been found murdered. Could there be an assassin among assassins?
That's interesting indeed. We'll have to ask around and see if we can learn more about the deaths in the Brotherhood. Tell me about Sithis.
Those fools in the church and their so-called 9 divines. There is no divinity beyond the eternal and terrible rule of our dread father Sithis.
Is this the only sanctuary?
Ours is not the only Dark Brotherhood sanctuary. There are others hidden throughout Cyrodiil, each one overseen by a speaker of the Black Hand.
We learned that there are 4 speakers in Cyrodiil, so we can infer that there are 3 other sanctuaries in the province. The only one that is accessible in the game is the one in Cheydinhal, which is overseen by Lucien Lachance and his right-hand woman Oshiva. Tell me about the Night Mother.
To employ the services of the Dark Brotherhood, one must perform a ritual to the Night Mother. Only then will she heed their prayers for murder. It is an ancient rite, this black sacrament. All across the Empire, every day, people beseech the Night Mother to take the lives of others. After a person performs the ritual, they are contacted by a speaker. Gold is exchanged, and the details worked out. So it has always been. Go now, dear family member, and may the Night Mother wrap you in her cold, loving embrace.
The first person we see after Oshiva is Antoinetta Marie.
Welcome, brother. So good to finally meet you. I hope you're getting along all right. I will always think of Lucien Lachance as my savior. When he found me, I was living in a gutter, an inch away from death. I owe him everything. I've always wondered who the Night Mother really is. Some say she's an old woman who lives somewhere here in Cyrodiil, but I'm not so sure. Don't tell anyone else, but someday I'm going to have Oshiva's position. Just you wait and see. Lucien Lachance knows real talent when he sees it. Have you ever lived on the streets, struggled to survive? This sanctuary is my home. Here I have the safety and love I've searched for all my life. Sometimes, right before a kill, Cygnus speaks to me. He whispers in my ear and fills my heart with the joy of suffering and death. Good luck, brother. I hope you don't get killed. I mean, well, you know.
Antoinetta's a bit awkward, but at least she's friendly. Proceeding down the hall, we will see gro-Bolmog and Telendril having a conversation about tactics.
Why should anyone bother with all that sneaking and skulking?
My dear Gogron, you are a life-taker for the Dark Brotherhood. Our very existence relies on shadow and deception. Do you not value our secrets?
Yes, of course I value our secrets, and I've never betrayed them. But using stealth to kill, it's just so weak. Welcome to the family. I'd hug you, but Ochiva told me not to. I once saw Lucien deal with an insubordinate brother, someone who had broken the tenets. It took me a week to get the blood off my boots.
To do so is to invoke the wrath of Cygnus.
I don't know who the Night Mother is, but she pays me to kill people. My own mother should have loved me so much. Anvil is all in an uproar. First the chapel attacked, now the prophet ranting about the end of the world. You know what they say? Home is where you hang your enemy's head. Truthfully, I've never really understood who or what Cygnus really is. As long as I obey the tenets and fulfill my contracts, I guess he's happy.
Next, we'll speak with Telendril.
Warmest welcomes to you. I am Telendril, Wood Elf, and loyal daughter of Cygnus. I hope you find our sanctuary to your liking. Actually, Lucien did not try to recruit me, not at first. He tried to kill me. My father wanted me dead, and he hired the Dark Brotherhood to do it. I escaped from Lucien, and paid my father back for his treachery. Lucien came to me again that night with an offer I just couldn't refuse. Our Lady is surely an ancient and powerful elf. Someday, when I am listener of the Black Hand, I will look upon her beautiful and unholy form. Oh, I shouldn't. Well, all right. Gogron had a pet rabbit as a child. He petted the thing so hard he crushed its skull. What a brute!
God damn.
In truth, I miss the towering elms of my native Valenwood, but I was banished from there long ago for deeds I don't care to discuss. This is my home now. Long ago, in an age now forgotten, Cygnus came to the Night Mother and begat her 5 sons. So you see, his love gave birth to the Dark Brotherhood.
We touched on this in our first video in this series on Dark Brotherhood lore, which you can watch here. Going down the hall, we run across the Khajiit, Mirage Dar.
If it isn't the newest member of the family, let's get one thing straight. The tenants prevent me from killing you, but I don't have to like you. I'll sell you equipment, but only because Ochiva is making me. This family doesn't need any outsiders.
Aside from the rumor dialogue, he does not have any of the same dialogue options as the other members, as he is simply not interested in speaking with us. Mirage Dar maintains an incredibly unfriendly attitude towards us every time we speak with him, but he is a merchant selling unique spells and also has a stock of weapons, potions, and poisons, including poisoned apples, which we will test in our next contract. He will even insult us while we do business with him.
You've got yourself a deal, idiot.
Now I can sell it for 5 times its worth.
And anytime we exit a conversation with Mirage Dar, he will say his signature catchphrase.
Foul-smelling ape.
A real charmer, that guy. Next we will speak with Ochiva's twin brother Tinava.
You are Argonian, yes, but you are no shadow scale. What chaos you must have known as a hatchling. Thanks, Sithis, you have come home at last. Welcome.
Tell me about Sithis.
Who is Sithis, you ask? Some call him the Dread Father. It was his terrible love that gave birth to the Dark Brotherhood so very long ago.
So what's this about the shadow scale?
In the Argonian homeland of Black Marsh, those born under the sign of the Shadow are taken at birth and presented to the Dark Brotherhood. A shadow scale hatchling is trained in the arts of stealth and assassination and lives a life in service to the mighty kingdom of Argonia. Any shadow scale who lives to come of age is accepted into the Dark Brotherhood as a full member of the family. So it was with myself and Ochiva.
Tinava will give us a shadow scale related side quest later on. We will explore that quest in a future video in this series. For now, let's see what else we can learn from him.
I've heard the Count of Cheydinhal knows about this sanctuary, but he is offered much gold as well as other incentives to keep his mouth shut.
And the next dialogue option is more rumors from Knights of the Nine. When you have this DLC installed, it seems like every single NPC resorts to speaking about it.
The Night Mother is the Dark Brotherhood's unholy matron. She guides our actions, just as the Dread Father Sithis once guided hers. Ochiva and I have known Lucien since we were hatchlings. He is the one who trained us in the way of the shadow scale and is like a father to us.
Alright, we have one more person to talk to. Let's speak with Vicente Valtieri and get our first contract. Vicente can usually be found in the lowest portion of the sanctuary in his personal bedchamber.
Warmest greetings to you. I trust you've already spoken with Ochiva. I am Vicente Valtieri. I provide assignments for all new family members. Please do not let my appearance unnerve you. The needs and tenets of the Dark Brotherhood come before my own needs as a vampire. Now, if you're ready to get to work, I can provide you with your first contract.
Before we get into the contract, let's ask Vicente some more questions about the Brotherhood.
This sanctuary has been here since before even I joined the Dark Brotherhood, and that was 200 years ago.
Wow, so this sanctuary is at least 200 years old.
The Count of Skingrad is not all he seems. Let's just say I'm not the only one who enjoys his evenings.
Interesting. Perhaps we will explore this little detail in a future video.
The Night Mother speaks to only one member of the Dark Brotherhood, the Listener of the Black Hand. And when Our Lady speaks, death follows. When I first joined the family, this sanctuary was controlled by another speaker. Lucien took over when she was killed while fulfilling a contract. A contract is a secret pact one enters into with the Dark Brotherhood. They provide us with gold, and we remove someone from existence. A contract is fulfilled by a skilled assassin such as yourself, who keeps the Dark Brotherhood's end of the bargain. So it has always been. While carrying out a contract, you may have the opportunity to earn a bonus if certain parameters are met. Now, let's begin, shall we? Not sure how you feel about pirates, but you've got to kill one. A captain, in fact, on his ship, surrounded by his crew. Interested?
We will take on the pirate captain in our next video, but for now, let's continue exploring in the Dark Brotherhood Sanctuary. Starting back in the main entrance, if we make a right, we'll find a door to the living quarters. Moving down the hall, we bumped into the rat named Schemer and passed by a set of barrels with some random loot before going to the end of the hall. In the western portion of the room is a dining area with food storage and many bottles of wine. The eastern portion of the room contains beds and locked chests of other Dark Brotherhood family members. It does not count as stealing if you take from these containers, but we'll explore their contents in a future video. Restarting in the main entrance, if we instead make a left, we find the training room. In the center of the room, we find a chest with 2 skill books and a torch. The golden ribbon of merit improves our marksman skill, and the rear guard improves our light armor skill. On the western side of the room, we find a barrel with the hand-to-hand skill book, Azir Trajiziri, I have no idea how to say that, and 2 weak poisons. The rest of the room contains training stations and randomized loot in barrels and sacks. Nothing much of interest. Exiting back to the main entrance, to the right we see an empty table and chairs, so turning left we see a ladder leading back to Cheydinhal. We need a key to use this exit, which we will not receive until later in the questline. Across the room is a bookcase which has the sneak skill book, The Wolf Queen Volume 6. Looking back towards the entrance, we see another empty table and chairs, so let's proceed further into the sanctuary. Moving down the hall, we come to Ochiva's room. There's not much in here, just a barrel, a table, and a bed. But in the northwest corner of the room, we find a trap door, which leads directly to Vicente Valtieri's room. In Vicente's room, we discover a chest with a hard lock. Opening it, we find 4 containers of human blood. He is a vampire after all, a potion of chameleon, and some gold. The remaining containers in the room have mostly just clothes and some other random loot. Nothing much of note, so we'll head back through the trap door. Exiting Ochiva's room, we'll make a left and head down the stairs, which just leads back to Vicente's room. And with that, we've explored the Cheydinhal Dark Brotherhood Sanctuary and met all its local members. In our next video, we will be hunting down the pirate captain, Gaston Tussaud. Stay tuned and be sure to subscribe to Big Dan Gaming for more Elder Scrolls videos like this one. I will be covering the entire Dark Brotherhood questline in this series. I've linked up the playlist with all of the videos in the description below, so stay tuned and follow along with the entire series. Until next time, see ya!